Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this session of our ZIPINAR. We try to zip in as much information as we can to empower, to motivate, to inform our community. This is our special way of giving back to the community, doing ZIPINARs, inviting speakers from different walks of life, sharing their struggles, sharing their achievements, sharing their knowledge, so that we can all help each other out. And this we do it every Wednesday from 12 p.m. EST with our professional speakers. And then we do not stop there. We do it for our younger youth. We do it for our future generation. We do our regular prep session every week. And then our youth also go live on alternate Fridays and Saturdays. To know more about these webinars, you can email us at webinar@letustalkit.com, or you can even follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn. And we also have always open places where we can we welcome ideas, new ways that we can grow. There are other areas also that Let Us Talk It platform has achieved quite a bit. If you want to know more, as I said, you can email us. And without any delay, we'll start today's first topic: effective marketing strategies to build business strong. This is all that we need right now, is how to build my business. It's very easy to start a business, to get it registered, but making it strong each day is what is needed. And who better would explain than our speaker today, who is Anuja Bashir, and she's a director at FlexiCloud, Uriya, TEDx speaker, and she embodies various roles as CEO, women empowerment enthusiast, business leader, brand custodian, marketing strategist, and business coach, and many more. I'm sure you will find it knowledgeable, effective. Just you have to stick around, ask her questions, and get involved with the ZIPINAR. So over to you, Anuja. Absolute honor to have you.
Thank you, Jillian. It is actually wonderful to be in a platform where you can share your experience, and there might be people who might get benefited out of it. Maybe there might be in need of, like you said, because businesses are really struggling with a lot of lack of strategies, and post-COVID, people are really worried about how to build their business as well as to scale a business. So here I am today to share whatever I have learned throughout my life, and whatever knowledge I have acquired, whatever I've learned from my mentors, and whatever I've experienced through my journey as an entrepreneur in building business ecosystem, in building my ventures. So I would like to share, some tips and hacks which I have, and some of the guidelines which I have followed, so that I could strengthen my business, as well as I have implemented for my clients where business worked out for them. Okay, so now let's is the slide not moving? One second. Yeah. So basically, let's come to the first, the major topic, what do you call the marketing. Now, why marketing? I'll just mention a single line on the relevance of marketing, because as we all know, a company or a venture or even a business can be built only if it makes a revenue, and according to that, there is a possibility to scale up the venture. Completely, a stabilized system. So as money is involved in it, though the sales play a very vital role as much as marketing, because marketing is a channel or the pathway through which we create a funnel for the sales. So marketing is very, very vital in building your business as well as scaling up. So just to define marketing, we would call marketing as a process which is done to target your potential customers or clients who has some kind of interest with the services we provide or the products, which is kind of built according to the ask of the customer. So, and you have to create certain kind of facts by which they kind of feel that, okay, fine, we will take this people for our, taking service from them or taking their product because it is the one that suits our requirement. So now marketing is not alone about only a process. It actually is a kind of emotion to involve. So that is why, unlike the technical aspects, you can't bring with a theory. Okay, this is what you go for a standard theory and this is what you're going to follow. So depending upon the customer, depending upon the situation, depending upon the required service or the required need of the marketing strategy or the marketing plan actually changes. So basically marketing you can call as a lot of activities or activities which are being looped in, which are netted in a kind of a loop wherein it involves searching, selling promoting your services or products, and then through that attracting your customers and converting them to sales. So in general, we can call marketing as three kinds, like, traditional marketing, outbound marketing, and inbound marketing. These days, we go for an inbound marketing because it is a kind of pull approach rather than in case of traditional or outbound traditional marketing. Basically, it's a push where, you give so many, you send so many cold, what do you call that? Cold calls, or you do cold calls, or you might mail an n number of thing wherein you randomly you do it without having a target or a focus on what you're doing. Instead of that, inbound marketing is kind of like an approach where we are trying to attract our customer through a specific kind of laid out, plan wherein which involves a strategy. So the basic four fundamentals of an inbound marketing strategy is attract, engage, convert, and then delight. Now, why is attract, engage? Attract, the first method is actually we are trying to attract the targeted customers of what are the service we are providing and why exactly they need to take from us. What are our USBs and are we the right people for it? So we have to come up with some kind of strategy wherein we attract these people. So once we attract, what happens is that you have to get into a form of engagement. That is why I said that there's a human connection that needs to be built, where you have an empathetic approach towards your customer. Even if he is a potential one, you understand what exactly his requirements are, take time enough to understand what exactly would address his problem. Through that engagement, you actually come up to a solution where you understand what exactly his need is. So once you can explain that, why exactly we are the right people, because of this, the right aspect or approach we build for that particular customer's ask or a solution which actually addresses his problem. If we can create that, eventually the potential client converts into your customer. Now, what happens to the existing customer? That also matters, because in a business, it is very, very relevant that you need to maintain your client retention rate. That is the reason why we delight the client, the existing clients, or even the said clients who we have just absorbed. We also needs to give them some kind of offerings wherein they really feel that, okay, they are kind of coming up with some new ideas, and it's kind of like a freshness. And also, they really need to feel that, being with this particular company or which provides service or product, they are the best, because they usually do a lot of things which actually benefit the customer or the client. So that is what is called the delight part. Now, so coming into actual the real process wherein we call the effective marketing. So many of times, if you ask me, just like Julian was saying, this is a very need of the hour, because business building is kind of like being a bit kind of struggle for many people, especially post COVID. Why it's happening? It is not actually see, the situation changes, but every time the situation changes, if you can come up with some ideas or strategy which can solve your problem, then it really means that your marketing was perfect. If it is not, then it really means that somewhere you have gone wrong in building your effective plans. So that is the area where you have to rectify. You have to understand that you have to undo the entire marketing work you have done, because it has not brought any results. So that means that the first approach what we have to do is that when your marketing is not working, it means that you have to erase or wipe off the entire complete thing, and you have to retarget. You have to retarget your entire target market. You have to start from the initial or the start one, where you realize that, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is the problem which I'm going to address. So eventually you will come up with an idea. So that is the first thing which you do in a effective marketing state, where if you are actually not going well, then the first thing is, like I said, undo the marketing process. And then these are few tips which you always have to understand, that the best marketing is to create a persona for the company, because you create a persona where people get influenced. Like I said, the attractive theory, the inbound marketing approach. If you create a persona, if you make people feel that, okay, this particular people are capable of doing it, then there is an attractive factor, which, because that should be genuine also. Because that is what I meant by creating a persona. When it is real, the persona really it comes out, and your customer gets attracted. And also you have to adopt the right strategy plays a very, very vital role in building your business, because strategies are kind of activities which we decide, or we come up with according to actually understanding the situation. Because you have to understand that unless the situation has been addressed, the problem cannot be addressed. And then the other fact we have to bring up is the technological augmentation. In other words, we call them as marketing tools. So there are, unlike conventional process, we can't go with the organic thing, and a slow and steady thing. You can't follow the conventional methods. There are some sort of systems, kind of tools, which actually helps us to create things better in a productive way without spending much of the money too. And again, the not the least, but very, very important one, whatever whatever strategy or a plan you are actually emphasizing or you're building, it will actually blend it with the organizational culture. Suppose it is like, you are building a strategy which has no match with what your visions or what your culture, core values of your company is. It's like in the opposite direction. Then it won't take much time for the entire business to collapse. So these are the major criteria which you should keep in mind while you build an effective marketing strategy. Now, what are the outcome of an effective marketing thing? So when you do effective marketing, these are the results. What happens? You actually build a brand awareness among the people that there is a product. Okay, you can take this product, and these are the advantages. So that your brand, whether be a service, whether be a product, it reaches to the people. People are aware of the fact that, okay, this particular product or service is solving or addressing these issues. Eventually, you have a lot of customers who are attracted, potential customers who are attracted to you. And like I said, with the inbound approach, you can convert them to sales. So what the net result is, you have an increased sales. Also, for that same process, you also try to have engagement with your market segment or the target market, where you eventually understand what is the trend of the industry, what is happening in the industry. It's not that the theory which you have built up on some kind of theory. It is an actual thing that is happening in the industry, the real trend, like we call the real issues of the industry, which makes us to improvise our plans. Again, It also, other than sales, it also increases lead generation, because the more you have lead generation, eventually you will have more sales. So that is a kind of creating your sales funnel, which all these things which eventually will lead to increased revenue. And as we all know, when once the revenue builds up, the what you call the business actually gets built up. Now, these are the vital questions we need to address while we create a perfect marketing strategy. Why, what, and how? Why is the need or the pain point, or for which the targeted customer or the potential client may fell for your product or a service. That means he must have he or that particular target market would be having a serious pain point, which the particular company who might be in the service sector or who might be building a product can solve solve their problem. So that is called the why. If you can address the why, 50% of the you are winning out there. Now, what exactly you are selling? Are you really finding a solution for that why? Then again, 80% of your problem is solved. Then comes how. So what are the methods by which I sell my product or service? It basically emphasize on different kind of marketing channels through which, like social medias, channels, paid promotions, everywhere, how you actually broadcast to other people about your product and your business, where there is a chance of selling your product. Okay, now let's right now we just talked about what are the results of effective marketing. Now we'll come to what you call, and then we also came to the thumb rules wherein you address why, what, and how. Now, how would you, now that we come to the main core, where it's like, how do you achieve this effective marketing? So the first thing you have to create is you have to create a marketing plan. Then you have to figure a strategy, because without a strategy, you can't make any concept implement into reality. Then you have to identify your target customers, like which people are you have to segment, you have to do a marketing segmentation where you identify that these are your potential client, and then accordingly, on a demographic basis, on a geographic basis, on the taste, likes, attitude, brand conscious people, different, on different parameters, you actually have to segment your clients, and accordingly, you have to segment them or categorize them. And then what you have to do is that to target them, you have to come with a strategy you have come up with, implement that through different marketing channels. Once that is done, after, like I said, profiling your targeted customers and the target and identifying them, you actually bring in your strategy, wherein through the marketing channels you implement it. So what is happening here is that your brand is coming to recognition by an n number of people across globe, and because of this brand approach, people will have more awareness, or people will have outreach. Brand gets or your product get maximum outreach. Once that has happened, just to increase your whatever you're doing, or to framework in a right organized manner, you use technical augmentation. That is what I call the marketing tools. So the first point was what we discussed was create a market plan. How do you create a market plan? For that, the first thing what we have to know, you have to have a vision for your company. Vision in terms like, short-term goals and long-term goal. Vision exactly, focus to that end goal of why you have created this venture. What is it actually built for? And you might have a lot of business goals for which you have to have a proper definition where what exactly do you want? Accordingly, you have to come up with a strategy. Again, you have to create a marketing niche. Earlier, as I mentioned, you have to create a persona. Here, since a company or an organization involved, it is not only the individual's persona, it needs to be created. The credential of the company also needs to be created, because that actually, the credential actually creates a good reputation for your company or your venture. Also, you have to design a buyer's persona. in a buyer's journey, you will understand that there are a lot of areas where they which needs to be addressed at the right time. So for that, the buyer's persona is very much relevant. Again, you have to come up with a niche statement. That means, for example, what do you call the niche statement? It's kind of like, when you talk about a particular subject. For example, in Oria, we do a 360-degree business solution. We provide a 360-degree business solution where we deal with a lot of activities like marketing, IT, HR, training, and stuff like that. But you have to come with a niche statement. Why? It is like, because you have to focus, you have to mention people what your forte is, because that is something which can be made as your highlighting feature for your business, where you are the best at what you do. If you ask us, we usually say that we are a branding and a designing company, along with an IT vendor. That is what we actually focus as a niche service of us, and the rest of the part are kind of like an add-on service. So you always have to come with a niche statement where people identify you on that particular service, or on that particular service. Yeah, sorry. Okay, then it's kind of like you have to bring in marketing tools, like I mentioned. So it's the same thing. It's basically everything is connected. Now, you have to create a market. This is how you create a marketing model of what we have discussed in points. If you kind of like come up with major 5 elements, it's kind of vision, persona, strategy, market, then marketing segmentation, and then tech augmentation tools. Okay. Again, what do you call the strategy? We have discussed as, an array of independent choices that address your problem. So here we have to focus on the product, the customers, and you have to bring a value proposition. It's kind of a USB compared to your competitors. What are the competitive advantage you bring in? Okay, now speaking about, these are basically the generic stuffs, okay, but I'm just mentioning it. So what are the type of strategy we come up with? Internal fit, external fit, dynamic fit. Internal fit is kind of like inside your organization, what are the strategy you have to come up with? External is kind of like, the entire industry, the competitive market, your competitors, all those regulations. Dynamic, it's kind of like according to the change. For example, COVID came all of a sudden. So you have to come up with a strategy depending upon the changes that is happening in the industry. Or maybe there is competitors are coming up with something new, and you have to come up with better plans. So all these comes under the dynamic fit strategy. So this we have already discussed. Yeah. Now let's come to the basic theories of which I would call as the what do you call success mantras, which you can actually follow to go with the right marketing strategy. One is called Bvf theory. Now it is basically desirability, viability, feasibility theory. We'll discuss that in detail. Another is called the spin theory. You might have heard of this blue ocean theory, an empathetic formula, and the 5P theory. So these are the 5 theories which I follow in my companies or in my clients, my consultation as a marketing strategist, or in or those people who approach me to get my marketing support. I actually use either of these theories or formulas. So let's go into detail of what these fundamental theories are all about. So Bvf theory is basically, again, all these things are addressing why in the sense, why exactly the customer should buy your product. So in this Bvf theory, basically you have to address 3 basic factors: desirability, viability, feasibility. So the first thing is called desirability. What is the desirability of the customer? What is a customer seeking? What is his pain point? So, and how will the customer consume it? How will the customer use your product, or how will the customer can benefit out of your service? Then viability. Is the product actually viable? The value worth money? It is actually creating a balance? Then you answer the question of viability. Now, feasibility is that with this framework, are you able to deliver this service or the product? If you answer this feasibility also, when all this desirability, viability, and feasibility comes into alignment, you can you actually addresses this why. But like I mentioned earlier, once this why is being addressed, obviously the potential client, customer or the client actually converts to your actual client. Now, another theory which can attract clients, it's called the spin theory. Spin is a very relevant strategy which is followed by most of the marketing strategists or consultancy, because this is a wonderful formula. I have I have thoroughly followed this in many of my projects. So it's basically a specific science to sell your product or your service. So in this, what happens is that the spin is basically, the first thing what we do is that we figure out what the situation is, because we believe that situation is actually the mother of all the problems. So once the situation has been addressed, the problem related to that also will be addressed. And the implication part is that what are the effects and causes which is coming out of these problems. Obviously, the problem is addressed, definitely the implications, it's actually implications, okay? The implication related to it also get addressed. And if the situation, the problem and the implication all addressed with the need of, with the particular product or your service, then again you address the why. Then it actually the customer is confident that you can give them a solution, because all the situation has been addressed, problem is addressed, implication is addressed. So the need of is your service or the product you build. So again, a 5P theory is the thing which we build on the five P's, basically product, place, people, and price and promotion. So eventually, when we align all these things, basically, you come up with an answer for the one. Another theory is called blue ocean theory, for which I'll have to again mention what is a red ocean. So red ocean is kind of a bloodbath. It's a rivalry, or it creates a bloodbath, as that color indicates a red. It's a fight because too many people are in the industry competing each other, where everybody is focusing on a particular thing. People are following the same strategy, same trend. Now, blue ocean is a kind of disruption where, in a fish tank where there are so many fishes, you take a jump to another clear water where you create something unique of your own. So that is called the blue ocean theory, where you come up with a strategy. The thing is that though you might not have competitors, but you are creating a disruption where there is a huge risk involved, because you are creating something new. A trend has been done new. But again, the advantage is that if the strategy is right, you really can come up with a beautiful solution. So in a blue ocean theory, you go for so many trade-offs where you are limited, you are restricting your certain things where you don't do these kind of things. So there are a lot of trade-offs. Though people think that trade-offs are kind of a disadvantage, no, if you can make it favor on your part, definitely, like I said, blue ocean theory is a huge success. Again, coming to an empathetic approach. Like I said, marketing is again a people-to-people connection. If you speak, why I bought this empathetic approach and I put a Volvo car out here is that, Volvo is that company which actually bought that seatbelt car concept, because their concern for that, basic that car concept, when they created, their major concern they addressed was safety of people. Even in every of their cars, that is a mandatory thing they follow. And this concept they definitely they shared with the other industrial people, because they bought in that concept. So you need to have that empathetic feeling towards your customer, where you really understand what your customer needs. So it's basically, the theory is like the look, the feel plus mind plus body plus empathy. When the collaboration comes in, you really come up with a beautiful strategy. So these are the 5 major, strategic theory which you need to work on to. So these are the theories. Again, you, according to your business, according to your problems, you have to devise it in such a manner that you come up with a solution. But again, the theory is kind of like a base for everybody, on which you can build your strategies according to your needs and come up with a wonderful solution. So again, we have also, we created a marketing plan. We came up with a strategy. Now the major thing is that where do you, how? We addressed why, we addressed what we are creating. Now we are coming to the how. So what are the hows? how do you do it? So the basic thing is that we push with content marketing, social media marketing, video marketing, search engine marketing, digital marketing, paid marketing, PR marketing. All this enhances your brand outreach, wherein people get to know more. You widen your market segment, and by expanding your target market, you can bring more and more people as your targeted audience, and then eventually convert them as your clients by bringing them into that fine-tuned sales funnel, by building a very good lead generation pattern. So these are some of the content writing part. Content writing, you push with content, because information is very much relevant these days, where you promote more of a content where people come to know about what exactly the value and relevance of your service or your product. Social media strategy, as we all know, that Instagram, LinkedIn, these are some major elements which help you to push your business. Email marketing is also a very important criteria, because sending an email, connecting the customer, engaging a conversation, because once a pattern, once a link is set, only you can enter into an engagement. So it is a initial start of an engagement. Email marketing works very well. Search engine optimization is also very required, because that is how you come in the initial pages of, because of the SEO done very well, you come into the Google search. When somebody search for a particular service, you come up high in that pages, and people can choose you. So SEM is also some of the area. And again, like I mentioned, target market is very important, where you identify what your objectives are, who are your current customers are, what is the brand affinity, who can be your core customers, supplemented customers, potential customers, and even non-prospects. Like, they might not have a need, but later on they can have. So if you can segment that part, then you have a very organized kind of data for eventually building up your business on a later on stage. So these are some of the marketing segmentation by which you classify your targeted audience based on demographic categorization, where you go for age, gender, income, family background as such. Psychographic, like, customer attitude, lifestyle, brand preferences, like that. Geography, it's kind of like, which place. It's basically on different kind of surveys and website data systems. Then it is kind of behavioral patterns, where what are their lifestyles, the usage of tools, softwares and stuffs like that. Then you bring up with a brand approach. Brand identity is very important, where you should have a core value, because a brand identity is built on two major things: core identity as well as visual identity. Core identity is something which your in-house system creates it, the core values or the vision of the company, which blended with the visual appearance of what you have created, like brand collaterals, marketing collaterals, business collaterals, all these which actually support your business. Now, the last part, the augmentation, marketing augmentation. There are tools in the in market, where you can, if you can't hire a person for designing or something like that, you can go for some design tools, where you can create, even if you're an amateur, you can create a lot of stuff, where you can go for a Canva, Adobe Spark, Easel, Trello. So this is a very detailed session. Now we'll have to go. So I'm just mentioning this. Video tools, again, in video, because video marketing is something very, very relevant these days. And email tools like MailChimp, where you don't need to go, each time you need to send a mail to a person. If you have a data and if you have the list of your customers, you can club it. And MailChimp, they have they have technologies by which it will be blended and will be sent to a lot of people. Yeah. So to wind it up, I would say that the best marketing is kind of like, doesn't feel like marketing. But you're not pushing marketing and making feel like you are really kind of rocking it. Instead, you come up with steady, stable strategies, which eventually leads to lead generation, converting to a huge revenue generation model, effectively building your business as well as helping in scaling up. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anuja. That's like marketing is really a very wide topic to discuss, and thank you
Yeah.
so much for making it like capsulized. Yeah, we've gone further with the actual limit, but yes, you have covered as much as you could within the
Yeah.
time
In 30
limit. Thank you
minutes,
so much.
yeah, I can do in
Uh,
30 minutes. This is the this is the the capsule I can present. There are,
yes,
like
that's
you said, it's
perfect. Thank you
huge
so
and
much.
huge.
We are honored to hear those informations and sharing what you have learned with your career. Thank you so much. Anyone would like to interact or ask question to Anuja, or you can chat it on the Q&A or in the chat box. You can type your message. Okay. So as of the moment, no one yet is raising a hand or sending a message. Anyway, you can search Anuja on LinkedIn. Feel free to give her a chat if you have further questions or you'd like to continue discussing some other areas of her expertise. All right. So now we can move to the next topic for today, which is careers in blockchain and cryptocurrency. So this will be presented by Mr. Benjamin Arunda. He's an expert and influencer in enterprise blockchain, decentralized finance, crypto business, establishment, author of the BBC World News featured book, Understanding the Blockchain and Blockchain as an Enterprise Perspective, international blockchain speaker who have spoken in Nairobi, Marina Bay, Singapore, New Delhi, India, Dubai, UAE, and in Reunion Island, France, and among others. All right. So, Benjamin, you can now take over and have your slide presented. Yeah, bear with us for a little while. Yeah, well, while we are having some technical difficulties, anyone would like to ask questions, feel free to ask the speaker for the previous topic, and then we will start once it's fixed.
Hi, there has been some miscommunication and internet issue.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're there,
I'm
right?
I'm here. Here
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. Sorry about
Please go
that.
ahead. Phil, did you introduce?
Yes, I had him introduced already, so you can have your slide ready and you can start anytime.
Sorry, everyone,
Here.
for the confusion. It's some technical issues. So sorry about that. All yours, Benjamin.
I don't know. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Can
Okay.
you just go
Thank
in
you.
present mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for the chance, Fijan, for the chance to be part of this webinar today. It was really crazy for me over here. I mean, where I live, we still have some curfews because of curfew because of COVID. So almost outside curfew hours, but just had to ensure that I take part in this. So I'm just going to go right into the presentation, and I won't take so much time. So the title of my presentation, just so that you see it, is Careers in Blockchain and Cryptocurrencies. I am a blockchain and cryptocurrency expert, so I really diverted my career to move into blockchain 3 years ago. From I have a background in finance and accounts, but I diverted my career to move in blockchain because I liked the industry, being a new industry. It's something I found it really interesting. So generally, these two quotes that are on the screen right now are on your screen. The first one being, whereas most technologies tend to automate workers on the periphery doing manual tasks, blockchains automate away the center. Instead of putting the taxi driver out of a job, blockchain puts Uber out of a job and lets the taxi drivers work with the customer directly. And the second quote being the interesting thing about blockchain is that it has made it possible for humanity to reach a consensus about a piece of data without having any authority to dictate it. So these two quotes actually really mean a lot because they tell us what blockchain is doing in the across different industries, which is decentralization. And the role of decentralization in transforming the future of work is actually the opposite of what our industries know. Today, all the industries that we have, today are centralized. And that centralization means that there is a certain way that people are employed, and because these industries rely on intermediaries and they rely on central authorities to be able to function properly. Now, blockchain is a revolutionary technology like the internet that has a potential to disrupt these different businesses across different industries. So whenever we hear about a revolutionary technology, they're always disruptive. And disruptive technologies, they always disrupt the marketplace. First, by putting some people out of jobs because they make certain roles redundant. And another thing on the flip side, they also create opportunities, which means they make it possible for people to have a new form of jobs. Yeah, all industries leverage intermediaries. Whether you look at banking, financial transactions, whether you look at transactions of land, when you want to buy a piece of land, you have to involve a lawyer, a surveyor, and maybe a financial institution for you to be able to transfer the funds. Now, these intermediaries charge high fees sometimes, and they can be censored. Recently, all of us globally experienced a very surprising event recently, and that is the blackout that we experienced with Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp. And that kind of blackout was because this is a centralized system. this is a centralized system that can be censored. Now, the conversation around the world is how can we decentralize the social network so that it cannot be censored and it cannot be controlled by a central authority, so that we do not rely on the effectiveness of a single individual or a single institution for the running of the entire social network. So all these kinds of disruptions are going to affect the employment world. And now, talking about blockchain, there's a lot of conversation about the speculative aspect of cryptos, investing and making money in cryptos. But I often tell people, what is even more relevant is how blockchain is being used in the enterprise world, in companies, by governments, and how this will transform the world across different industries. And by transforming the world, we have to realize that it will affect the jobs. It will affect the job market. It will affect the workplace. Now, all industries will adopt blockchain. There is no argument about that. There is no doubt about that. In the the year 2000, I mean, nobody thought that even the companies that were assisting the internet would adopt it. Today, I would say that all companies, in one way or another, have adopted internet. Yeah, whether in their communications or in their transactions. Yeah, they've adopted the internet. So the same way the internet was disruptive, the same way blockchain is disruptive. So I believe that in the coming years, as the World Economic Forum has also said, the coming years, like by 2027, according to WF, like about 10% of the global GDP will be stored on the blockchain, and the global GDP as of last year was $80 trillion. So 10% of that is about 8 trillion, and that's a lot. That's a lot. If we use the same percentage of growth, we probably see that in the next about 20 to 30 years, we'll have a lot of value across different industries stored in the blockchain or transacted by the blockchain platforms. So what are the opportunities for jobs? What are the career opportunities on the blockchain? Some of the career opportunities, the number one thing that a company does when they want to implement a technology that is disruptive such as this is they need to do some research. That's why we see major institutions like in the US, we've seen JP Morgan, we've seen a number of investment banks across the world. In Europe, we've seen the Bank of International Settlement, we've seen the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Many of these institutions having separate departments just to provide the research role and to research on this technology before they can make any move with regard to adoption. So we are seeing companies creating departments, separate departments just to provide research, yeah, to research on blockchain, on how blockchain can be implemented within their companies, whether in entirety or partly for implementing just specific transactions within the company. Now, let me give you an example that, for instance, in Kenya, under the Ministry of the Information Communication Technology, Ministry of ICT, the President of Kenya in 2018 appointed what we call the Blockchain and Artificial Intelligence Task Force. And this task force, its role was to research on blockchain technology and give a report on how it will impact, how it can be implemented and how it will impact different industries across the country. And of course, through my book that was published in 2018, I contributed to this research. And so I'm using that to just tell you, that is the first step that any company want to take, yeah, when they want to implement blockchain. So the opportunity that is there is that companies need people who are good in blockchain and cryptocurrency research. Yeah. So when you go to LinkedIn, there, I mean, myself, I've received several, because having marketed myself as a blockchain expert, I've received several job offers in line with blockchain and cryptocurrency research. Of course, although that is not really an area that I've really focused so much on, but I will tell you my area of focus. So every new industry, every new technology relies on research and development. And there's a lot of money that is being put right now from Ethereum Foundation and Tron Foundation, from different cryptocurrencies. Billions of dollars are being poured out in research and development of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Now, the next opportunity that I see with regard to career is the blockchain and cryptocurrency blogger. I mean, blogging and development of cryptocurrency relies a lot also in blogging, yeah? Because blogging with over 10,000 cryptocurrencies that are listed on the coin market, I think right now there are about over 12,000 cryptocurrencies listed. Each of these cryptocurrencies need to make aware their product and their services that they're offering. Now, with regard to that, they have to put a lot of content online about them. That's why cryptocurrency blogging is continually growing, because as far as blockchain, because blockchain right now, in general terms, is not even 10% implemented or adopted. Now, if it is going to get to even 50% of adoption, there is going to be a lot of content that has to be put online with regard to blogging, with regard to videos and content on social media. Each of these cryptocurrencies, and even outside the cryptocurrencies, each blockchain project, each distributed ledger technology project is going to rely or effectively relies on research, and after research, there has to be publications in form of reports and in form of blogging. Yeah, so a blockchain and cryptocurrency blogger is another low-hanging fruit with regard to development of a career in the blockchain industry. Now, the next part that I have been keen on, and I believe you can see the company that I had and that I founded there, the blockchain chain advice, blockchain advisory, which is a blockchain advisory and consultancy firm based in Nairobi. And through this company, I've been able to consult to different government entities and corporates that is in Africa, Asia, and Middle East. And I have been able to consult to startups, and largely for corporates, I've been able to do a lot in the financial institutions and law firms. So my point is this: this technology largely is still a mystery to many executives. Many corporate executives do not want to be left out with regard to the revolution or the disruption that is happening in the crypto market or the blockchain industry, but they don't know where to start. So some of them already feel like blockchain is disrupting everything, and there has been a notion that blockchain is going to disrupt everything, is going to change everything, like it's a solution for everything, which is not the truth. Blockchain as a technology is not a panacea. It is not a solution to everything. It's not the medicine to every disease. So a consultant, a blockchain cryptocurrency consultant, should be able to help corporate executives and government agents to understand the problems that they want to solve with this technology, and then advise them whether blockchain is the best technology or there are already other existing technologies that can be used to better solve their problems. So a consultant comes in to help them once they have researched, and once, of course, once research has been done, this executives also rely on content that is available online, and many of that content has been released by companies like Deloitte, Ernst & Young, and many of these like Consensus, and a number of other research entities that have produced a lot of content with regard to central bank digital currencies, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, NFTs, and a number of other cryptocurrency topics. So after research and after these publications and executives being able to read these publications, the next point they're going to do is they're going to look for a cryptocurrency, a blockchain crypto consultant. And when they look for a consultant, what they normally want to do is now they want to cut it to the chase. They want now to bring down the content that they know and to just be specific or be precise with regard to what they want and how they can be able to implement this. So crypto founders need consultants to learn how best to create and implement a crypto project or a blockchain project. They cannot do without this. And that's why there is a huge niche. There is a huge niche. Actually, for us who are in this industry, what I can say is actually it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I can't tell you how many requests I have on LinkedIn on say on a weekly basis, or people who are seeking to partner, people who are seeking to have you in their team, people are seeking executives seeking you to help them implement a blockchain project or a crypto project. So there is a huge niche. There is a huge niche. It's just that people are shying away from really taking up the opportunities in the blockchain and crypto industry and branding themselves as so. The next opportunity that's going to be there is that once, as a consultant, I have consulted to maybe a company, and they have understood that really maybe blockchain can solve their problem. The next thing they're going to want to look is then we need to have an architecture of the process flow, the content flow of how maybe the model based on the model of their business, like how is the transaction supposed to flow on the blockchain? So the content flow and all that, that's going to need an architect. And a blockchain and crypto architects are so few in the industry. People can be able to design a blockchain and how it flows from the start, how the system is supposed to interact with perhaps interact with the market, interact with the users, and what is the best, perhaps, the consensus protocol to use with regard to the process of securing the blockchain. So all these decisions need a blockchain architect, someone who is good in designing a blockchain. And this is a role that is increasingly growing in demand, that needs as many people as possible to enter in this industry, because the demand of blockchain is rising. I mean, if you read across the internet, it's all out there, you realize how much governments and corporate entities are seeking to implement blockchain. And even startups putting out their cryptocurrency projects, they need help. They need help for them to be able to, because some of them, I mean, they have not, because blockchain being a new technology, they do not have an idea of what it is exactly. They just have a rough idea of it being a technology, a digital, maybe a decentralized technology, but they don't have the details of how this can be implemented and how this can be designed. The next part after designing is that you're going to have now to develop this technology. Therefore, you're going to need a blockchain and cryptocurrency developer. You're going to need a blockchain developer who is going to now develop this software or this solution that you have created, that has been designed. After designing, remember we started with research, and after research, I mean, there has to be publications online, which needs blockchain bloggers and blockchain people to report on this. Then after that, we will need, the companies need to consult, which means they need a blockchain and crypto consultant. And after consulting, that solution has to be designed. That needs an architect, or that needs a blockchain designer. And after designing, we can't implement that without developing the solution. So by developing the solutions, we need engineers, we need developers. And I mean, LinkedIn and a number of other job sites like Indeed Jobs have for the third year in a row listed blockchain developers as the most in demand and the most paid developers in the world. Yeah, so that's a really huge opportunity. And again, I must say, I am not a blockchain developer. And trust me, I have gotten so many jobs, so many like requests on my LinkedIn inbox, or people seeking, asking me if I can be able to develop blockchain, or if I have the skills to join their team as a blockchain developer. And the last actually request I got was for yesterday. Yesterday, I get this request because the market, people want to develop solutions, but there are not enough developers in the market. So this is also another huge opportunity, that if you are a developer and maybe you are good with the development, you're good with your technical capabilities in programming are good, you can be able to learn blockchain development and take advantage of this niche that is really fast growing. So after development, another thing, because blockchains, when you're implementing a blockchain, it is a project, and it is a unique project because it has some elements that the typical project managers may not be able to really understand. So many blockchain projects have preferred to have project managers that understand blockchain and cryptocurrencies manage those projects. Therefore, there's the niche of blockchain and cryptocurrency project managers. These are people who are able to implement blockchain solutions from the start to the end and ensure that it comes to fruition. So there is a huge niche as well for blockchain project and crypto project managers. So this is a niche that is a low-hanging fruit because it's not a technical role. It all requires someone to basically understand the fundamentals of blockchain and cryptocurrencies and be able to manage developers, be able to manage other blockchain stakeholders within a project. So that's also a low-hanging fruit with regard to blockchain and crypto careers. So the next, after we have implemented a blockchain solution, I mean, the number one thing that people really believe is that by using a decentralized technology, we increase security on the blockchain. But one thing that people don't know is that the blockchain is also just as good as the integrity of the code. So if the code has no integrity, then the security of the blockchain itself is questionable. That's why we hear of the DAO hack. Yeah, the DAO hack happened because of the integrity of the code, not because of the insecurity of the blockchain system itself or the blockchain architecture itself, but rather the integrity of the code, certain loopholes in the code. So we need to have blockchain security auditors, people who come in and then take the security, the blockchain system that have been developed and audit the security and be able to seal any security loopholes with regard to maybe loopholes created by weaknesses in the code, yeah, and seal these loopholes and ensure that the technology is implemented correctly, yeah. So because blockchain is going to be implemented by governments, digitizing an entire land titling, digitizing an entire migration system, this needs a lot of security. And if it's going to have loopholes, then we are still going to really have the same problems that we've been facing pre-blockchain, which is not going to be desirable. Now, after we've implemented all this, remember, with regard to cryptocurrencies and with regard to blockchain, there are legal issues. There are legal issues, and myself right now, I am currently, as my second degree, doing a law as with focus on blockchain, fintech, and tax law. And there is need. I have had a number of crypto clients whose main problem was how do they get the legal status for their crypto companies. And then you have to make a decision with regard to which jurisdictions across the world are able to register a blockchain, a cryptocurrency company. And there are really a lot of jurisdictional issues with regard to transactions, cross-border transactions, or for instance, central bank digital currencies. There are going to be a lot of legal issues. I mean, there has been a report by the Bank of International Settlement and the IMF that up to 80% of central banks across the world are either already testing a central bank digital currency, and that includes, I mean, countries in Africa like Nigeria and Ghana, who are already testing theirs, and of course China also testing their central bank digital currency. Now, all these have some legal implications. Yeah, they have jurisdictional issues, and these need the advice and the help of lawyers. Now, the problem is blockchain is not, there's no unit in law school that regards blockchain. So lawyers then have to learn the concept of blockchain for them to provide the services of such. So we already see opportunities of blockchain lawyers and cryptocurrency lawyers. People are able to comprehend the issues around cryptocurrency and blockchain with regard to the legal impact or the legal implications. So they're able to advise governments, they're able to advise crypto founders, they're able to advise corporate executive implementing blockchain or cryptocurrencies. So this also a really good opportunity. So with regard to cryptocurrencies specifically, there is also a really good opportunity with regard to analysts, cryptocurrency analysts. I mean, analyzing cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, there are a number of investment banks across the world who already added these as an asset among their an asset into their asset classes. And if it is an asset and people can invest in it, therefore it needs to be analyzed. People need to make decisions with regard to it, and that's decisions with regard to how do you invest and how long do you project, for instance, the growth of the coin or the growth of the prices and all that. So these investment banks, investment entities, I mean, for instance, Elon Musk and Tesla putting in like $1.5 billion in Bitcoin, they must have engaged the work or they must have engaged the services of a cryptocurrency analyst who is able to now develop a model and understand the projections, the history and projections of Bitcoin and its future for them to put that much money. So there across the world, investors coming into, including governments coming into cryptocurrency in both small and large scale, and they need the roles or the services of a crypto analyst. So that's an opportunity as well, that if you market yourself as a crypto analyst, trust me, there are huge opportunities out there that one can exploit. Then a cryptocurrency trader, of course, there are people who are they're investors who are putting huge money into cryptocurrency, and all they need is a cryptocurrency trader to be able to grow the value of the cryptocurrencies. They are building portfolios. Myself, I'm a cryptocurrency investor, and I hold long term. I buy cryptocurrencies at low prices and hold them for long term and sell them when the prices grow, and not just grow maybe double or triple. I only sell when, for instance, they 10x. So this needs the services for us, of course, an analyst. I read reports from crypto analysts, and I read reports and projections from crypto traders. So crypto traders are needed by institutions, and the demand for crypto traders will continue to grow as much as crypto opportunities continue to grow and adoption across the world continues to grow. Then I think this would be the last career opportunity, which is blockchain and cryptocurrency entrepreneur. I mean, I don't know whether to call this a career, but really, this is a new technology. We have to be entrepreneurial in our mindset and in our approach also. There are a lot of opportunities with regard to creating your own solution in the blockchain industry. Create your own solution and take the lead in this market. I mean, there are a lot of people who do not understand blockchain. And if we see, for instance, things like the current trending evolutionary technology in blockchain is the NFTs. And we've seen people creating NFTs and selling songs, selling arts as NFTs, and NFTs are non-fungible tokens. This is where you tokenize or you digitize an art, a piece of art, and sell it, sell it online. And this has really become huge. And if we look at how these have grown, and including also the decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, these things have grown because of creativity. So we need to be creative. I mean, if you're in the if you're a programmer, don't just go to be employed by a cryptocurrency company. You yourself can program your own thing, a solution, maybe for land titling, a solution for maybe creating a blockchain-based registry of maybe digital IDs, registry of land title, registry of university certificates. I've personally mentored a number of people to be able to create their own solutions. I mentored a team in India who created a solution for issuing certifications, university certificates on the blockchain. And this is a team from India. And so we can be able to create our solutions, think outside the box. I mean, just explore the technology and be creative, build a company as early as this technology is still in its early days of adoption. 10 years for a new technology is still really young. So we still have a long way to go in the blockchain industry. Then where is it possible to really explore these jobs? You can be able to go to crypto jobs list and just look across different opportunities that are there. You can be able to check cryptocurrency jobs. You can be able to see crypto.jobs, cryptocareers.com, Pump Crypto Jobs. There are many other crypto job sites. I mean, whether you want to be a cryptocurrency researcher, cryptocurrency blogger, cryptocurrency consultant, a cryptocurrency developer, whether you want to be a cryptocurrency auditor or a project manager, all these opportunities are listed in many of these sites. And And the good thing with these opportunities, if they're remote jobs, yeah, the remote jobs that really pay well. Some of them pay for as high as from as low as maybe $15 an hour for entry level positions to as high as $60 an hour for some of the roles. So there are really a lot of opportunities in this sites that you can explore and grow. So another thing that before I just read the quote that you can see on your screen is that as an individual, you have to evaluate your skills and decide which industry you want to pursue, because you can't really be everything in the crypto industry. Ensure you align your social media platforms, align your CVs, align your, whether it's your LinkedIn profile, align it with regard to what you want to pursue. Do you want to become a blogger? Then align your social media platforms as a blogger. Let me not go there and realize that you're put there, maybe you're a photographer, but then you want to be a blogger. So if you want because this industry is young. I'm not going to ask you as an employer, I'm not going to ask you to bring me your degree certificate and master's degree certificates for blockchain or cryptocurrency. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go online and check for opportunity, check and hire online, look for people who fit my position, and then invite them, and they may just evaluate their technical skills. And that's how I have gotten all the opportunities that I've done with regard to blockchain and cryptocurrencies. People meet me online. People meet me. I mean, my current consultancy, how did the guy met me? The guy, how did the guy meet me? The guy just Googled a blockchain and cryptocurrency expert in Africa, and my name was at the top of the list because I have marketed myself as an expert in this area and as a consultant. So then I've aligned all my social media platforms. Everything about me has revolved for the last 3 years has been, I am an expert, I am a consultant in this area. So that is there's nowhere where I've submitted my CV about this, and many employers actually won't hire based on a CV. Of course, if they're hiring on some of these sites, they will ask you for a CV. But trust me, bottom line, when you send your CV, what we do is we go to your social media platforms and really look at what skills are you maybe portraying on your social media platforms, and then we are also able to test your skills. Maybe if it is blogging, we'll ask you to write a blog about crypto, and then we understand your skill set. If it is development, we also ask you to maybe demonstrate your skills in that area. So nevertheless, one thing that I want us to understand is never start a business just to make money. Start a business to make a difference. Yeah, I mean, blockchain is a new concept. Don't come in this industry to make quick money. Maybe you want to invest $100 today and make $1 million tomorrow. I mean, you will be disappointed. Come here, be inspired to transform your environment, be inspired to make a difference, yeah, with this technology, and grow a strong career, not a shaky career. You can make money, but trust me, if you're coming here to make money in the, put maybe $10 for it to turn into $1,000 tomorrow, you may make it because crypto, I mean, there are meme coins that can help you do that, but you won't enjoy this journey. Come here to build a solid career because it's a new technology that can create you really good money if you build a long-term career. Otherwise, thank you so much. That's the end of my presentation.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. It's such a pleasure to have you speak for us today. Any questions or insights? You can unmute or raise your hand so we can interact with Benjamin.
Hey, Benjamin, thank you. This is Jani Ranjan. Thank you for taking time to go over this. Quick question for you. If someone is trying to improve their skill set or add their skill set in terms of cryptocurrency or blockchain technologies, where do they start, and how do they, or where can they find the related resources to learn more skills in this area?
Thank you. Thank you for that question. And that's a common question. And that's why I say, really, in this industry, there are not already enough mainstream colleges offering these courses. So the best way to learn is to go online. And the basic way to start is start with a YouTube video. Just If you don't have the basics with regard to what is crypto, get a simple explanation of what is blockchain, or a simple blog. Read just a rough idea. Once you have a rough idea, then get specific courses. I mean, there are universities online that are offering courses on blockchain. For instance, on Coursera, there are several courses, specific courses, whether you want to be a developer, whether you want to be to enter project management, whether you want to do research and all that. You can do courses on Coursera. You can do courses on Udemy. There are several courses, and as well, a college or an education provider that I can recommend as well is what we call the Blockchain Council. In my early days, I really relied on Blockchain Council. Blockchain Council also provides a lot of specific courses like certified blockchain expertise, certified blockchain cryptocurrency expertise, and a number of other certifications with regard to blockchain. So they help you actually align your career, whether you want to be a consultant or whether you want to do the technical part. There are also courses offered by the University of Nicosia. This is in Cyprus. They offer actually a master's degree on digital currencies, and I did a course with them sometime back at early days of my career. So you can as well take a course with the University of Nicosia, and you can be able to sharpen your skill of that area. But an important thing, if you have to first decide, research generally and research which career path you want to take with regard to cryptocurrencies or blockchain. And once you've decided that, then just start with the basic YouTube videos. Just enjoy, have fun, yeah. Just have fun with the videos, read blogs, and just give yourself a general idea. Then go specifically with regard to developing that skill. If it is development, take a course, take multiple courses, and develop your skills around that area. But don't go to blockchain development if you know you're not good with technical skills, or you're not good with that area. You can actually even prosper in blockchain crypto blogging, other than maybe just going to development if you know you can't be able to thrive there. But if you are not a good blogger, I mean, don't run there, you probably not thrive. So just sharpen your skills in the area that you feel that you already have interest in. I hope that answers that question.
Yeah, thank you, Benjamin.
Thank you so much, Niranjan, for interacting with our speaker. All right. So I think that's most of the questions. Well, we got a confusion, some technical difficulties, and we appreciate still the efforts and professionalism of Benjamin. He might be in a tight spot right now because he's not at the comfort of his home, but still he delivered this wonderful topic to us, as well as to Anuja. Thank you so much for being with us today. We've gone over a little bit, like a little of the time than usual, but that's totally fine. Also, we want to let you know that we also have our live youth Let Us Talk It webinar. That would be every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. You can join our preparation sessions every Tuesday and Thursdays at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time by registering at our website. That's letustalkit.com/youth. So for younger youth group, we have preparation sessions Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I hope you would like, we need to encourage our youth so that we can build a better future. And by doing the simple things that we like doing webinars will also encourage youth all around the world. All right. Well, again, thank you so much for being with us today. For all who have viewed in our live platforms. See you all again next Wednesday, the same time. And we'll introduce you to two new topics again for the next session. Again, Benjamin, thank you so much. Anuja already left, but you take care as always. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.